Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Moss, and this is another edition of Adult Conversations with Moss. And tonight's topic is: do you trust the food in America? There's been a lot going on with the food, and I saw something the other day that was just crazy. So I had to do a conversation about: do you trust the food? And we'll get into it, but I would say that over the last 3 months, I've lost about 15 pounds. And that's just because of the things that I've taken out of my diet. But it's another Tuesday. We made it to another Tuesday, so we got to give thanks to the Most High. And I appreciate everybody for being here again tonight. Last week's show that we did on racism, it got a lot of views. It was probably one of my best shows, so I'd like to thank everybody that's helping me with these watch hours that YouTube took from me. They took 1,600 of my watch hours. So I appreciate everybody that watched the show last week that tuned in. I really appreciate it. But current events, I know I always do current events when we start the show, and we can't talk tonight and not talk about Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, and his assassination attempt. There's a lot of people that's saying that it's fake, it's made up. What's going on, YWG? What's going on, Mia? How y'all doing tonight? Y'all know we got to talk about Mr. Orange. Tried to take him out. And I've been watching lots of videos on it, and there's lots of people saying that with a rifle from 160 yards, he shouldn't have missed. I think it's fake. But I don't think it's fake. I just think that the guy was a bad shot. Because if it was fake, then no one would have died. And the guy that was standing directly behind Donald Trump got shot and was killed. So you can't say it's fake. If somebody lost their life, there's nothing fake about that, unless they fake the guy's death. But it's crazy. But I'll tell you all the craziest thing about the videos that I've seen about it is the people were yelling USA, USA, USA. This man just got shot by I'm gonna say what it is. It was white on white crime. That was white on white crime. And the people were yelling USA. I mean, yeah, he didn't get shot, but there's still people behind him that were shot, and one man was dead. They were yelling USA. That was crazy stuff I seen. I mean, this man just got shot at. They attempted to kill him, and they're hollering USA. And he's jumping up with blood on his face, throwing his fist in the air, talking about a fight. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. And then the guy that was on the roof, there are people that were saying they told the police he was on the roof. They told the Secret Service he was on the roof. Nobody paid attention. I mean, is that the truth? You know, when these reporters talk to people after the fact, they can say whatever. They can say whatever. Because who's to say they're lying or not? They're just giving an account. Maybe their account is wrong. Or maybe they're just changing it up the narrative. I mean, we know they use actors in certain situations. We know that there are actors that are used. They got videos with the same person in different situations giving comments. So we know this stuff happens. But it wasn't fake. Now, is it shady stuff going on. Yeah. But I don't think it was fake for the simple fact that a man lost his life. The comments are starting to come in. We're not going to spill a drink this week. That's what we're not going to do. We're not going to spill a drink this week. But hit the like button, share this video out, subscribe to the page. I got a bunch of new subscribers last week, so yeah, I appreciate everything. But yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. But yeah. Now we've had an assassination attempt on Trump, and they're pushing for Biden to drop out of the race. This is going to be the craziest election ever. And then the Republicans started their Republican National Convention, where they unanimously selected Donald Trump as their representative. They had Miss Slutwalk, Amber Rose, giving political speeches. Yeah, Amber Rose, Slutwalk lady, giving political speeches. I guess it's for optics. I don't know. But they said her new sugar daddy is a rich Republican, so that might be the reason why she was able to get on stage at the Republican National Convention as well. But you know, I'm not gonna hate on. But yeah, I'm not taking no political advice from her as well. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on her, but nah, there's nothing political that she's gonna say that's gonna sway me to anything I'm going to vote on. But coming up on 8 minutes. Got a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna cut the other channels off. They just came out with something where I gotta have a professional account for my video to be shown on X. So I think I have a professional account, but you never know. Ryan, how are you? Amber Rose can't stay relevant. There's nothing relevant about her. What did she do? She's a bald head, cute chick. Wears tight clothes. I mean, hey, keep getting your sponsorship until you hit the wall. That's what I said about that. I know I'm probably gonna get beat up for that, but yeah, keep on getting, man. Keep doing what you're doing until you hit the wall. I'm gonna start something. I'm gonna chill. But I'm gonna get to some of these comments. But how do y'all feel about what happened to Donald Trump? And it was a 20-year. The guy wasn't even old enough to drink. And then another weird fact is that the guy that was standing behind Donald Trump, I can't say he was racist because I can't say he was racist, but he had a lot of wild comments on X. They came out after he passed, so the dude was kind of wild. And that's what I'll say to black people who support Donald Trump. You support Donald Trump, but I mean, I guess, because somebody's gonna hate you all the time. But man, how can y'all? I mean, I've seen black people get beat up at Trump rallies. But hey, you know who y'all voting for. This is gonna be the craziest election ever, because y'all know that Trump is gonna he's gonna play up the assassination chip. They couldn't kill me. It's meant for me to be president. They couldn't kill me. So get ready for it. It's WWF. It's WWF. But let me get to some of these comments. But yeah, how y'all feel about Donald Trump? Oh yeah, please answer the poll. Do you trust the food in America? The discussion that we're going to have about food is going to be wild, because some of the stuff that you all think about, you just go to the grocery store, just pick it up, just throw it in your grocery cart, and you just go home. You don't look at the ingredients. I don't know, but in the last year, it takes me a long time when I go to the grocery store now. It takes me a long time when I go to the grocery store because I'm reading the ingredients. I want to know what's in it. I'm looking at the packaging. Anything that says contains biodegradable, bioengineered food, I don't eat none of it. I don't eat none of that. I don't eat none of that bioengineered food. If it says it on it, I put it back. I put it straight back. And 50% of the food that you all are grabbing at the grocery store is made with bioengineered food. I better start paying attention to them labels. But yeah, we're gonna end the conversation about Donald Trump. I'm gonna look at some of these comments. I'm gonna go through these comments, and then I'm gonna bid adieu to everybody that's watching on Facebook, to everybody that's watching on Twitch, and everybody that's watching on X. But I only close that so you all can come over and join the conversation. So we got about a couple more minutes. We'll go through these comments that people have left already, and then we're gonna end that, and then we come on the other side after I close those pages down. Then we're gonna start the conversation on do you trust the fool. So yeah, get ready for that. Get ready to come over to YouTube. So so I try to get my food with as few ingredients as possible. Dope 45. The orange. Mia M says the orange atrocity. There are some things that are pretty unusual about the situation. I don't know. It's stuff that we know happened, but they say that in any situation you're going to have casualties that are it's going to have casualties happen in the situation. So say it's not fake, but straight bullets don't have no eyes. Fake bullets don't have no eyes either. But yeah. Exactly. And me and M, that's exactly what I said. That's not how a person reacts to get shot. That's not a reaction that I would think I would see if there's gunfire going on. And then none of the people in that general area were ducking. None of them were ducking. And I've seen a lot of situations. Living in Washington, D.C. for 13, 14 years. I've seen a lot of situations. And never have I seen a situation where the Secret Service was hugged up around somebody. Now, I've seen situations where they had somebody behind them and they pull their guns out and they're scanning the area to see what's going on. These Secret Service men did none of such. It's the first time I've ever seen a situation where the Secret Service bear hugged, barricaded somebody, unless they were pointing their guns. Because usually when something happens like that in the Secret Service, they pull their weapon out and they're scanning the area to see where the shots came from. Not no huddle up with the president in the middle and we're just gonna take the bullets. Now that's just me. I've seen situations just working in the federal sector, and never have I seen a situation where that was how the Secret Service reacted. Now, I have not seen all Secret Service situations, but I've never seen a situation where the Secret Service did that and did not pull out their service weapons and start scanning to see where it came from. I ain't never seen a situation where they huddle up like it's a football huddle and the president's inside. And then he look up outside of the huddle and he got his fist with blood coming out. That's why I say some of this stuff, some of it is real theatrical. Just me. But yeah, that reaction, I never see nobody get shot and that's the reaction. No, I've never seen it. Never seen it. YWG said dope 45 is an ass. Okay, but I still have never. I mean, have you all ever seen somebody get shot and that's their reaction? Have y'all ever seen a situation where people shooting and don't nobody in the background scatter, everybody just standing there, and then we yell at USA? Real theatrical. Real theatrical. Yeah, they was yelling, he's on the roof after the. I mean, I don't know what they been at, man. What I'm saying is, this dude was within 200 yards of the president. This building was within 200 yards. Why didn't the Secret Service have that cordoned off? Like I said, man, there's a lot of stuff that happen in situations. It's just not normal Secret Service protocol. It's not. 200 yards with a perfect viewpoint directly at the speaker? Come on now. Y'all watched X-Files just like I watched them when we was younger. Scully and them might have been at that damn gathering. But some of it just doesn't sit right with me. But I still don't want to outright say it's fake. But some of the things that transpired that's on camera just don't add up. Mia said two things. Wagner Dog and Dave, just think about it. Government has been operating under plausible. Yeah, they've been operating under plausible deniability since the inception of the CIA. That's why the CIA was created. Plausible deniability. What are you drinking on? That is some Ketel One martini with a few olives. I didn't use no vermouth today. I didn't want to dry, so it's just straight up martini. Bud Files. It's my people, the Bud Files. I hope you and your husband are doing okay. Hope everything's okay. Amber Rose is looking to stay relevant. Amber Rose can't, I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. Amber Rose can't stay relevant. I mean, she can stay relevant because she got two babies by two different recording artists, I think. I know she got a baby by Wiz Khalifa. Could be wrong. I mean, it'll keep her relevant. So, Mia said, now on food, we eat things that they outlaw in other countries. We're gonna talk about that. We have more disease and more food-related problems because we process our foods and add all kinds of things that are just unnecessary. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I learned last week that they give baby chickens some type of concoction or whatnot that makes that chicken grow to full term, a full size chicken, from a chicklet, from a baby chicken to a full size chicken in 2 weeks. And then y'all, we eating that. 2 weeks from egg to full grown. 2 weeks. That's crazy. That's not natural. I don't want to eat that. From an egg to a full grown chicken in 2 weeks. I don't want that. It seems like that has a really, really short life process. If you grow, just imagine you grew from 1 year, you went from 1 years old to 25 years old to from 1 to 21 in 2 weeks. Would you want to eat some? I mean, I don't know. Seems like it has a short life cycle. I wouldn't want to eat that chicken. That's me. I don't want to eat that chicken. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Ryan. She is relevant to her audience. I don't know who her audience is, but she's relevant to them. Maybe y'all can, somebody tell me who's Amber Rose's audience. No. He said in an interview in the mid-90s he would run as Republican based on the demographics of them. Understood. And I understand that. I understand that. But if I'm black and I'm a voting Republican, I guess you just have to be comfortable standing next to racists because he has a big racist following and you can't get past that. You know, we can say that, you know, he did do some good stuff in the presidency. I'm not going to lie about that. But a lot of bad shit came out of his presidency too. January 6th, for one. They don't even really like talking about that no more. But that was crazy. That was crazy. I was in D.C. when that crazy ass was going on. That was a crazy day. YWG, Mia, y'all know. When that ish was going on downtown at the Capitol, that was a crazy day. All the way around. All the way around. Skills, what's going on, brother? What's going on? But yeah, we're not even gonna talk. He did some good things. We did a lot of bad things. But my thing is if you're a Republican, you got to be comfortable standing next to racists. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, I guess in life we're comfortable doing that because you don't know who's a racist. You don't know who has negative feelings about you and who doesn't in your daily trappings. So I mean, I guess it's just a microcosm, I would say. Yeah, theatrical. That's what it was. Me, it was theatrical, real strange. Now, in these theatrics, people lost their lives. People got shot. People got killed. But it looked really, really theatrical. I just can't. I can't get past Donald Trump's reaction and the crowd behind him. They didn't move. Didn't nobody go nowhere. And the Secret Service. To me, the biggest theatrics is the Secret Service. That was like the Keystone Cops. That was like the Keystone Secret Service. Keystone. That was like the Keystone Secret Service. I've never seen the Secret. So yeah, there was a lot of. It was a lot of WWF to that whole situation. It was a lot of WWF. A lot. Your best lie rides on a current of truth. The best lie. Okay, the best lie rides on the current. I guess it's who's listening to the lie. I would say. But yeah, this election cycle is gonna be crazy. So get ready for it because we're gonna be talking about it. But with that being said, come to the time where I need everybody that's on Facebook, Twitch and Twitter to come over here and join the conversation. It's a lively conversation going on in the comments. Come over and talk to the family. Come over and join the conversation. Man, I might even put the link out. Somebody come up here. But now we're going to talk about food. The state of food in America. And it's crazy, y'all. So shout out to everybody that was watching on Facebook, Twitch, and X. Now come over and join the conversation. So tonight's topic is, do you trust food in America? And I'll just be perfectly honest in saying that no, I do not trust the food in America. I don't. There are two brands. If you know me, y'all, you know I love cakes, pies, sweets. I love sweets. And I have had to cut all Little Debbie. And if you know me, Christmas time, I always get 20, 30 boxes of Little Debbie gingerbread cookies. I can no longer eat Little Debbie's. All Little Debbie cakes are manufactured with bioengineered food products. All Little Debbie cakes. I love Little Debbie cakes, but I'm not eating nothing with bioengineered food. Another brand that I've had to cut out, Nabisco. I love Nutter Butters. I love Nutter Butter cookies. I love Nutter Butter cookies. I love them. I cannot eat anything from Nabisco any longer. All of their products contain bioengineered food. I don't know what bioengineered food is, but I know it's something that's not natural that they have added into the food. And I don't want to eat that. So there's two brands right there that I've had to cut out. I've also almost had to cut out 90% of frozen stuff in the frozen food section. It all contains bioengineered food. All of it. Do you know? I'm not even going to say it was hard. When I looked at the Debbie cake box and I saw that it contained bioengineered food ingredients, I stopped eating it. Right then, right there. When I saw that Nutter Butters had bioengineered food products in it, I stopped eating it right then and right there. Anything I want to stop eating, I can stop. It's to the point where I eat one time a day. I eat once a day. Because this food is crazy. This food is crazy. And I put on the thumbnail that I posted for this show, I put the Sysco truck. And the reason that I put the Sysco truck is Sysco is the #1 food manufacturer in the United States. Sysco and U.S. Foods. Sysco supplies through the Department of Defense. Because I bet y'all didn't know this. I just learned it yesterday. The Department of Defense is over the food program for all of the elementary schools, all of the middle schools, all of the high schools. The Department of Defense regulates what foods they eat through their contract with Sysco. The Department of Defense has a contract with Sysco to create the food that goes in all the schools, public schools across the nation. So if they wanted to do something to the people, the easiest way for them to do it would be through Cisco or something like that. Because Cisco doesn't just work with the Department of Defense, they work with all the restaurants. I drove around this morning, I had to go out and do something. I was driving around the city. I can't tell you how many U.S. food trucks I saw making them yesterday. I can't tell you how many U.S. food trucks I saw making their Monday deliveries to all the restaurants in Cincinnati. I saw at least 8 U.S. food trucks. 8. Just in downtown Cincinnati. Now, that food may be coming from different entities, but it's still manufactured by U.S. Foods, as well as Cisco. So Cisco makes the food for inmates, students, restaurants, whatever. Cisco. So that's why I put Cisco in the thumbnail, because they have the largest market share of manufactured food in America through their contracts with the Department of Defense and all of the different restaurant, food groups, whatever that they are associated with, as well U.S. Foods. So yeah, food, water would be one of the easiest ways to manipulate the people. And there was another picture that I was going to put up about Procter and Gamble, because at one time Procter and Gamble had bought Lipton. Procter and Gamble, which makes cleaning products and Clorox and whatever you think of cleaning, at one point they owned Lipton tea. So the P&G symbol was on Lipton. And my thing is food to the people. Why would P&G want to buy Lipton? And then I watched this one. It was this show that was on Amazon. I can't think of the name of it, but it was about the government putting stuff in the food, and the food was making people go crazy. I'm waiting on the next season of it. But do y'all trust the food? Do you read labels? Do you read labels? 22% of the people that's in here said that they do trust the food. 78% of people said they don't trust the food. So my question to the 22% of the people that do trust the food, what is it that makes you trust the food? With everything you've seen. I saw a picture yesterday where this lady bought onions from the grocery store, and the onions were rubber. I can't find the video, but the onions were unedible. It didn't even look like an onion. It looked like a tennis ball. But it was you couldn't break it, you couldn't cut it. The skin didn't peel off. It didn't even look like an onion. So now it's onions. And then I got a video that I'm gonna show, that I'm gonna pull up in just a second. But watermelon bended looks like it's rubber. Like rubber watermelon. Now we got rubber onions. As well. I watched a video yesterday, and they're saying that the FDA is doing research on how to put vaccines in vegetables. How to put vaccines in vegetables that they sell at the grocery store. And the question that the person posed to the government official that was giving this information is, will this food be listed as pharmaceuticals? Where when we go to the store now, would we be able to tell the difference if they wanted to give us the jab and they just wanted to put it in food, in the vegetables? And basically the person asked them, would the government have to say this food is a pharmaceutical? And basically the government official said that that's the discussions that they're having. So they're trying to make it where even if you don't take the jab, they're going to give you the jab. So that's why I posed that question to the 22% of the people in here that said that they trust American food. What is it that gives you the trust that the food is cool when you can look at labels and some of that stuff you can't even pronounce? When I went to Mexico, I went to the Yucatan Peninsula for my birthday earlier this year. I went to the Yucatan Peninsula. I bought some potato chips, and the only ingredients on the back of the potato chip bag was potatoes, salt, and vegetable oil. That was the only 3 ingredients. Potatoes, salt, vegetable oil. When you go to other countries, they have to tell you what's in the food. And like Mia M said a few comments ago, she reads the back of labels. I always read the back of labels now. Like I told you, I've had to cut whole companies out because all of their food contains biodegradable, bioengineered food products. I don't know what they're putting in their food. You don't know what they're putting in. You don't know what they're putting in this stuff. If it's regulated by the government, they can do what they want to do to it. That's why they don't want people to have gardens, because they can't regulate it. If they're regulating it, they can tell you what they can put whatever they want into their food. It's just my thinking. That's my thinking and my thinking alone. For real. But I'm gonna play this video of this lady. She chopped up the watermelon and gave it to her kids, and her kids was bringing it back saying it was nasty. So this lady starts bending the, back in the day, if you bent you could just break the watermelon off. You just break the watermelon off. And this lady couldn't even break it. She had to touch it. So I'm gonna play this video. I wish I could find that video on that onion. The lady had a bag of onions and it was all like rubber balls. It's crazy. I don't trust the food. While I'm playing this video, I'm gonna go through the comments. I'm commenting on those, but this video is like 50 seconds long. It's not too long, kind of short, but yeah, look at this watermelon. I have been lucky enough where I have not come across any of these foods that are this food that is, I don't know what you would call it, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm about to share this video. Let y'all check this out. They got me down in the corner. I'm gonna do this. But look at this watermelon, y'all. She chopped it all up and everything.
So I cut watermelon for my kids, and they're all bringing it right back, saying they don't like the texture. I've seen enough videos of people posting rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
I've never seen a watermelon break like
This is a really thick cut, so that one was easier. What's going on with the watermelon this season? And with the prices, this is like an $8 watermelon. They're not going to eat it. They won't eat it. They think it tastes, the
It
texture,
don't even
it's
look
rubber.
like watermelon. And you eat
What makes the watermelon
oh,
turn rubbery?
oh. If the watermelon been like that, I'm not eating. If the watermelon bends like that, I'm not eating. That's just me. I never, seedless food is not good for you. YWG, if you're looking for any gardening tips, go check out YWG's page. Him and Evie will be able to give you some good tips on gardening, the food that he's growing, and also you might be able to learn a little bit of Portuguese on that channel. So go over and check out YWG. But YWG said they say your food should have 5 ingredients or less. Yes. Yes. Man, you look on the back of some of this food products, and the list is this long, and it's got words that you can't. I don't eat none of that stuff. For real. I don't eat none of that stuff. And like I said, I'm gonna show y'all this. You can go to the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health, and I read a little bit of this document, but you can go and check it out for yourself, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I say that they are thinking about using food as medicine. Now, for this one, I will put myself down in the corner. So yeah, look at that title, you all. Food as medicine. A possible preventative measure against the coronavirus disease. Food is medicine. And they're talking about the different ailments that they are thinking about treating with food as medicine. Coronavirus, dendritic cells, mitogen activated protein. Yeah, this is stuff that they're saying that these. So yeah, this is a long document. It's a very, very long document. But I just wanted you all to see that. That's the National Institute of Health. It's the National Library of Medicine. And basically, this is one of the white papers that these doctors that you see listed up under basically wrote the paper about how the government is studying and researching utilizing food as medicine as a possible preventive measure against coronavirus disease and other diseases going forward. That's crazy. So now you're going to be able to go to the grocery store and you can get food that is pharmaceutical. Well, not now, but they're trying to do this in the near future. That's crazy. I don't trust McDonald's. They said more and more they have these studies that are coming out that keep saying that they keep finding human DNA in the McDonald's burgers and all these different burger places. Man, fake meat. They've got this stuff out called meat glue, where they basically can take little sections of meat, put them all together, put this meat glue on it, and create steaks, other cuts of meat that is just made from scraps. And then once they put the meat glue onto it, you can't even tell that these were scraps. It looks like a complete steak. It may not have a bone or anything, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna figure out a way to get a bone to attach to this fake meat. But yeah, I do not trust the food. I don't trust the food. I try to eat as less manufactured food as possible. I'm cutting down more and more each week. I'm eating less meat. Even with fish, we have this big thing where they're trying to get people to buy tilapia. Tilapia is a man-made fish. Tilapia is used. What a lot of people don't know is tilapia is used when it's farmed tilapia. They put the tilapia into the food, the fish bins where the sea bass has been growing. And basically tilapia is a bottom feeder. So they put the tilapia into the sea bass feeders, and basically they clean them because they're bottom feeders. I don't eat tilapia. Tilapia is a man-made fish, and it's a bottom feeder. It cleans sea bass fisheries. They're not going to tell you that, but yeah, I don't eat tilapia. Not what I do. But yeah, how do y'all feel about the food? How do y'all feel about fast food? I no longer eat fast food. There are some places that bake good food fast, but I don't eat fast food. And then you look at the prices of fast food. For what you're going to pay for what you would pay for a meal for 4 people from McDonald's, you can go to a nice sit-down restaurant if that's really what you want to do. But you even have to be picky in that. And it's not just people say, oh, well, no, we're not just talking about we're talking about 5-star restaurants, Michelin restaurants, 4-star restaurants. These places are selling fish and food products that's not what you're paying for. They have these investigative people who go and, yeah, you think you buying some exotic $1,000 per pound fish, and come to find out it's some regular fish you can catch in the creek. What a lot of people fail to realize is there is no loyalty in anything. There are some things that are loyal, that there's loyalty in. But a job and some company, there's no loyalty. Their bottom dollar is the bottom line, is the bottom dollar, the dollar. I learned something the other day that I never knew. When you buy Parmesan cheese, if you buy cheap Parmesan cheese, a lot of that's not even cheese, it's wood pulp that they have added in. And the thing about it is the government allows them to put up to like 5% of whatever this is, wood pulp, into your Parmesan cheese to basically, fluff it up. Some companies were going as high as 40% of this wood pulp in the Parmesan cheese. So Parmesan cheese with Yeah, a lot of these places are putting fillers in the foods, and you don't know what these fillers are, and you're putting them into your bodies. And I don't eat fast food. I stopped. I buy a lot of fruit. I buy a lot of fruit and a lot of vegetables, and I try not to get the bulk bags of vegetables, because what you got to understand is those bulk bags. The reason that they're bulking them up is because they have imperfections. The reason that a lot of times that they're selling you bulk bags of onions, bulk bags of potatoes, and you get home and you might have to take out a quarter to half of that stuff because it's not good. So I tend to not buy my potatoes in the 10-pound bag or my onions in the 1 pound. I don't buy I check my food like I used to watch my granny. She checked the fruit. I don't buy anything in a bulk because bulk means imperfections. That's why you can get a bag of Idaho potatoes, a 5-pound bag for $3 or $4. But if you want a big, nice Idaho potato, them bad boys might cost $1 each. I'd rather buy 4 of those big, good potatoes for $4 for them than to pay $5 for a bag of potatoes that's gonna have eyes. It's gonna have nicks and crannies and cutouts. I never buy anything in bulk. Bulk is imperfections. Because when you're buying singular, you can put your hands on it. You can look at it. You can touch it. I'd rather buy that stuff like that. I try to buy local produce that's grown locally, no antibiotics, no insecticides. Yeah. It's just how I shop. My grocery bill tends to be high. And then people be looking at me like I'm crazy because I don't get them plastic bags and put my fruit in. Them plastic bags weigh something. I put that stuff right on directly on the conveyor belt. Weigh it like that. I ain't putting it in no bag. I ain't paying no extra 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents, whatever it is. I'm not paying it. I don't need them plastic bags. Weigh that stuff right there and put it in that plastic bag. You gonna get me anyway. People be looking at me like I'm crazy. I don't bag none of them. I don't bag none of that stuff up. I'm putting them fruits and vegetables straight on the conveyor belt. And then me, I'm gonna say I'm OCD, but I like my stuff done a certain way. So when I put my stuff on because I don't never go through the self check. Only way I'm going through the self check is if I got one item. That's the only way. 90% of the time I'm going through the line, and when I go through, I put my stuff on the conveyor belt how I want you to bag it. Put all my vegetables. I put all my cold stuff. Yeah, and you know, people they got people still messing up, but that's another conversation. But do you trust the food? We've had all kind of food recalls. I saw a video. I'm real big on food. I'm a foodie. So I'm real big on food. I'm real big on food. So I care about what I put in my body, as you should. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but like if I'm going to the deli and I'm buying lunch meat, the lunch meat only lasts about 2 or 3 days, and then it'll have your refrigerator stinking. That lunch meat, a turkey, a chicken, I don't have no pork or nothing like that, but turkey and chicken, when you buy that stuff, you gotta eat that lunch meat fast. You'll go in there about 3 days and it be sticky. It be sticking together and be yeah. If I'm buying some lunch meat, I don't buy more than a quarter pound of lunch meat. A quarter pound. Because that's probably about 2 or 3 sandwiches. If I buy some lunch meat, that means I want some I'm gonna eat it. But you cannot let lunch meat. That's why I say food is different now. You cannot let lunch meat sit in your refrigerator for more than about 2 or 3 days. For more than about 2 or 3 days. If you go to the deli. I'm not talking about this cons and because I don't know what they put in this stuff to make. But yeah, if you go buy some lunch meat, after about 2 or 3 days, that stuff is stink. It's not any good. It'll have your stomach hurting. You eat that stuff. Victory Gardens are yeah, there are no gardens. There's no gardens. Never buy seedless fruit. No. Never buy seedless. Never. Seedless fruit. Then they got these pink lemonade apples. I don't buy none of. That's all man-made. That's all man. Pink lemonade apples and yeah, it's different apple trees, but some of this stuff they coming up with it. Yeah, I don't even eat bananas anymore because I can't find anywhere unless I can't. I haven't been able. I guess I got to go to Jim and Joe's or something like that, or Trader Joe's. Jim and Joe's is a liquor store. I don't want to go to Jim and Joe's, Trader Joe's. But bananas, the bananas that you eat should be about this big. Those are real bananas. Them big old long, those are clones. Bananas are supposed to be about this big. Not them big old long. I don't even eat bananas no more. It's scary out here. It's scary out here. They just had a recall on a whole line of products. That's why I try to eat as much fresh food as possible. As much fresh food as possible. Before I go any further, I want to look at some of these comments. How do you all feel about, have you all noticed that about lunch meat? If y'all eat lunch meat, like I'll get some mesquite chicken breast. And if I don't eat that stuff in about 2 days, yeah, I have to throw it out. Franken foods. That's just, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to start looking at like collectives. I go to the market. The only meat that I buy from the butcher. I go to the butcher to get my meat. They got this place called Finley Market here in Cincinnati. I go to the butcher on Saturdays. And I get I posted something on my Mass Appeal. Y'all need to check out my Mass Appeal Facebook page. I put stuff on there. It doesn't really pass, but yeah, check out my Mass Appeal Facebook page because I put pictures and stuff on there to have little discussions. I need to be more astute about doing it, but yeah, look at the way hamburger meat looks now, and remember the hamburger meat when we were younger. I remember hamburger meat used to be deep, dark red with white speckles of fat in it. Not this stringy, come out the meat. I don't remember. My uncle had a grocery store when I was growing up. So lunch meat, you could go, it used to be a time where you could go to the deli and buy a pound of lunch meat and it'll last you a week and a half. You eat that stuff today, after about 3 or 4 days, your stomach will be locked up. Yep. I go to farmers markets. My brother, there are now people that are buying, like they'll buy a cow. They'll pay for the cow and the butcher will cut up the cow for out however what cuts of meat they want. They basically, that is your cow. My brother does that. I'm thinking about doing that because that's a way for you to get your meat from one cow that's on a farm, that's on a grass, in a grass-fed facility. That's what there are people that are going, you got to go to the farm and you buy your own cow. And they cut the cow up and give you your cuts. You go there and they give you your cuts of meat and how you want your meat to get cut. I think that's the way to go. A lot of people are doing that, going to co-ops, creating gardening co-ops within different cities and stuff like that. A lot of people are doing that and utilizing community gardens because it's not no joke. Ain't no joke out here. People getting cancer, people getting heart disease, people are getting, like I said, I've cut out so much food that I eat just because of the ingredients. Like I said earlier, I don't eat any Nabisco products any longer. I don't eat any Little Debbie products any longer because they all contain bioengineered food products. And I don't know what bioengineered food products is. It just sounds like something that I don't want to be ingested. It's just me. But yeah, farmers markets, city collectives, community gardens, butcher shops. These are places you want to go to. Do not, you really shouldn't buy your meats and stuff from like a Kroger's or a Safeway or a Save-A-Lot or any, that's not where you want to get you want to go to a butcher. It's just me. We're coming up on, we just passed the hour mark. Oh wait. I closed my finger in my car door last week. And I'm hoping that my nail doesn't fall off, but man, the tip of my finger is numb. The tip of my finger been numb since the day that I smashed my finger, and the swelling is going down, but it's still numb. It just feels weird. But yeah. What do y'all? Where do Mia M? I know where Mia M and YWG. I know where y'all get y'all's food from. Mia M, you told me, and YWG, you got a big ass garden in your backyard. This is for everybody else that's in the chat. Where do you get your food from? Your produce. Do you go to a collective? Do you get your food from butchers? So I'm looking at so 82% people said no, they don't trust food in America. Now it's down to the yeses, it's 18%. Nobody that says they trust the food has said why they trust the food. I guess it's a faith. You're having faith that the government won't do nothing bad to you, but we know the government will do something bad to you. The jungle. Meat processing is James. Okay, and then another thing, we didn't. I thought about it, but it just popped back in my head. The guy who did Super Size Me, who did made the movie talking about he ate McDonald's for 30 days straight and showed how the effects of his body. He just passed away about a month ago from cancer. Because after he did Super Size Me, he had other shows where he was eating things and going to different places, eating stuff. He died of cancer a couple weeks ago. Maybe a month ago or something like that. But yeah, the guy that did Super Size Me, he passed away recently. And he wanted to show the effects of what eating processed food would do to you. I guess he paid his life with it. But those infections are what a lot of the engineering is about. People don't like ugly fruit. Nothing wrong with it, just not perfect. It's gonna cook the same. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, if I'm going to like the World grocery store where They got everything where you go to you know what I'm talking about, the world market. If I go to the world market, it's a given that because that stuff is coming directly from the farm. When you go to the world market and they got yucca and all that stuff is coming directly from the farm. It's really no manufacturing process to it. So those infections are expected. But what I'm saying is when you go to a Kroger, a Save-A-Lot, Shoppers, when you go to a place like that and they're selling it to you in bulk, it's because it's a lot of imperfections. Yeah, you get them home. You might get home and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Get home the potatoes, you got to throw about 5 or 6 of the potatoes out because you can't even cook them. You can't do nothing with them. Instead of me doing that, I'm just gonna pick ones I want, and we're gonna do it that way. And then I'm to the point now where I shop week to week. I shop week to week. I don't want nothing in my refrigerator for a long time any longer. So I go to the grocery store probably 3 or 4 times a month because I'm not buying everything for the month. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna buy me a couple salads. I'm gonna buy me some nectarines, some peaches, some oranges, some lemons, some ginger. I'm gonna buy enough for me to last me a week to 10 days. And then I'm going back to the grocery store. Yeah, the time where you could go to the grocery store and shop once a month, I'm gonna buy everything and I'm gonna put it, you can't do that no more. Your food will be spoiled. Your food will be spoiled if you do it like that now. So yeah, I go to the grocery store every week. I get a couple salads, I eat them. I'm going back to the grocery store again. I do not shop. The times of me going to the grocery store once a month and shopping and getting, I don't do that no more. I don't trust it. YWG said there's a new spray preserver on organic produce called Appeal. I've seen that. Yep. Appeal. That's why I put that that's Bill Gates. That's why I put the apple vinegar. That's why I put that picture on the fingernail. Is because basically they bought that company. That company was the best apple vinegar. But now they only use Appeal apples sold to them by Bill Gates. I forgot there's a movie star. There's a movie star and her husband is in music. They bought AJ Barrett's. They bought the company that produces that apple vinegar, and then they did a partnership with Bill Gates to basically only use his Appeal apples in their apple vinegar. That's why people don't buy Bragg's no more. You cannot use that no more. They only use Appeal apples by Bill Gates in that apple vinegar. I had to throw my bottle out. Yeah. That's why I don't get that. That's why I got a bottle in there. I haven't thrown it out yet, but my bottle's about 2 years old. But yeah, that's the reason I put that on there. It's because Bill Gates y'all know Bill Gates is the largest farmer in America. Bill Gates is the largest farmer in America, on top of being the richest man in America. Is he gonna do something good to the food for you? Potatoes are sprayed with inhibitors to prevent eyes. Sometimes them inhibitors don't work. Mia M said, ooh, lunch meat. Stop that right now. The preservatives, the meat glue, and the extra they put in there, that's probably why that stuff stinks like that. I never thought about that. You know what? I never thought about that, Mia M. That's another thing. I mean, I don't get it a lot. It's like if I have If I go and get me some Hawaiian rolls, I get me some cheese, and I get me some lunch meat, and I sit home on a Saturday. But now that you say that, yeah, honestly, I understand. Yeah, I'm with that. I understand that. No more lunch meat via Mia. Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. YWC know exactly when lunch meat get that slime molded after about 3 days, man. It be slimy. You pull it apart, it's like it's some Elmer's glue or something. Yeah, man. That makes sense. You saying that, Mia? That's that. Yeah. Hey, Jeanette, how you doing, Jeanette? I'm slowly winging myself. Yeah, I am too, Jeanette. I am too. I eat more vegetables than meat. I don't eat lunch. I'm cutting lunch meat out now. I'm cutting it out now. But yeah, I'm eating a lot more vegetables. And like I said, I go to the grocery store probably 3 or 4 times a month because I'm buying my groceries week to week. I don't have any. I don't. You let stuff sit in your refrigerator and stuff go bad quick. I mean, I had some oranges. I had some oranges. They sat in my refrigerator for about a week, and then they got all nasty and yeah, hard. I had to throw them out. So yeah, I probably buy, like I say, peaches, nectarines. I eat a lot of those, so I might buy 5 or 6 of those. Apples, I might buy 2. I might buy 2 oranges. I might buy 3 lemons, and I might buy a thing of ginger. But then I'm buying my onions. I buy my onions 1 or 2. I get 1 or 2 sweet onions, 1 or 2 red onions, and those be the onions I use for that time period. Like I said, I don't do the bulk no more, and I shop week to week. Cause food does not have the shelf life that it had when we were younger. It doesn't have the shelf life. YWG said, I encourage everyone to grow some fruits and vegetables. My mother grows some onions. She always has some, every summer she'll have some onions and some tomatoes and some peppers. That's the stuff my mother grows every summer. But that's one thing about not having a house that it's because I want to grow my own food, but I live in I rent, so I can't really do that. But that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to get a house. And that may still come, but at 50 years old, if I can't pay cash for the house, I'm not getting it because I don't want no 30-year bills. I'm 50. I'm 50 and I'm debt free. I'm not trying to create no debt. That's the show for next week. I was going to do it this week, but decided to do food. But next week's topic, we're going to talk about nice, shiny things or debt free, which is best. So that's what we're going to talk about next week. But yeah, I do not trust the food. Every week there's a recall. We got bioengineered food. We got them spraying stuff in the sky to stop the sun from shining. They're passing more and more bills and adding more and more restrictions to people who grow their own food. You're not supposed to save rainwater. Why wouldn't you be able to save fresh water? You can go to jail for storing rainwater. Make it make sense. There's so many things that I could talk to you all about the food chain. This food pyramid that they gave us, that was some propaganda that they wanted to sell milk and bacon. Everything is about $1. In America, everything's about the dollar. It's not about your health. And the stuff that they do, they say it's loyalty, but they've manipulated the food and added stuff to it to make you come back. But you got to break yourself away from it. It's not that you like it, it's that they've put something in there bad that makes you want to come back and get it, namely sugars and salts. There's such a addiction to sugars, it's crazy. Now, yes, I eat cupcakes and all that type stuff, but I don't keep white sugar in my house. I don't have sugar in my house. I use honey. I was using agave, but agave kept breaking my face out. Made me feel like I was a teenager. I was getting zits. So I had to stop using agave, and now I use honey. Honey does not do anything. I love honey. Honey is good for you. It's good for your body. It's good for your skin. I love honey. Now, the only thing about honey I will say is you gotta be gentle with how much you use, because you put too much in everything, it just tastes like honey. But yeah, I've cut a lot and changed a lot about my diet, and I see it in me. Like I said, I'm down to 175, and I work out, not like I was working out last year, but I still work out. But yeah, I've lost 15 pounds in the last 2 months just off the stuff that I've cut out of my diet. I try not to drink a lot of soda, but I can't stop drinking Big Red. But yeah, well, they dye ham pink to make it more. I don't eat pork, so I couldn't tell you nothing about no ham. Blue Sun said, yeah, we usually get half a cow and deer meat. Half a cow. It's a lot of people that are buying. Yeah, man, if you buy your own cow, you get to go and you get to pick the cow. I want that cow. And then you tell them what cuts of meat you want. A lot of people are going to that as opposed to going to the grocery store. Because I'm going to be honest with you. There was a time where I was buying meat from Walmart, but I don't know what the aeration or the air that they put into when they pack their food, there's an air that they put inside of their packaging. And I don't know what it is, but every time I would get meat from Walmart, I would get sick. So I had to stop buying. I don't even buy. I just stopped buying groceries from Walmart. Just like, a lot of people eat Chipotle. I don't know what it is about Chipotle. I don't know what they have in their vegetables, but every time I eat Chipotle, I get sick. So I stop eating it. People are like, you don't eat Chipotle? No, the only thing I eat out of Chipotle is the salsa and the chips. That's the only thing. And I'm scared to eat that too. I kid you not. Every time I went to Chipotle and I ate, I got sick. So I had to stop eating it. I don't know what it is they put in their food, but yeah, just like the aeration that Walmart, the air that they put in their packaging, I don't know what it was, but it always made me sick. So I had to stop buying meat products. I had to stop buying stuff from Walmart, which if I can't shop in your produce and I can't shop in your deli, I'm probably not going to shop at your store. If the produce isn't good, I'm most definitely not going in that grocery store. Because if the produce ain't good, there ain't nothing else in the store. Because if your store can't even have good produce, good vegetables, good fruits, there ain't no reason for me to shop in there at all. Because that's usually where I'm spending when I go to the grocery store, I spend the most amount of my time in the vegetables, the produce, and the deli. That's where I'm usually at. But yeah, food, and the thing about food is we need food on a daily basis. And they know this. So whatever they want to get out to the public, all they gotta do is put in the food, because you gotta eat. But you can be choosy about what you eat. You can be more discerning about the choices that you make in the foods that you bring into your house and put into your body. I know I am. Yeah. If you got neighbors that grow stuff, ask them, can you buy some of that? There's nothing like homegrown vegetables. Nothing. When I was growing up, my grandmother had an apple tree, a Granny Smith apple tree, and a peach tree in her backyard. And then in their garden, they had fruits and everything. So when it was harvest time, all that stuff would get harvested out of the backyard. And then I had other aunts and other uncles that also grew stuff. So I would give you some of this stuff. You give me some of what you grew. I'm gonna give you some of my stuff, and you give me some. And that's how it was when I was growing up, because all my cousins, my aunts and my uncles, they all had gardens. My great grandmother had a garden. My aunt had a garden. My other grandmother had a garden. And they all grew different things. So when it was harvest time, they shared the wealth. You got this, I'm gonna get some of that. I'm gonna give you some of this, and I'm gonna get some of that. And we don't do that anymore. We don't. Yeah, I grew up going to Amish villages and going to Shaker Town and seeing all that stuff. And them people, they wasn't buying anything from. They're not even paying for electricity. So you know they're not going to the grocery store to buy nothing. They are growing all of their stuff. And their stuff was so good that people would come from the city to go to the Shaker villages and to go to the Amish town to get their food, to get their cheese, to get their candies, because it was always 100% natural from the earth. I guess when I grew up doing those things and working in the garden and stuff like that, so this stuff, like, it just comes natural to me. But yeah, I remember these things. We've gone away from that. We've gone away from that. But then we got people like YWG. He's showing us that you can still have a big garden. If y'all see his garden, go check out YWG's page to get your gardening tips. He's about to create a greenhouse. Talking about he's throwing the banana tree away, man. You better not get rid of the banana tree, man. I want some little bitty bananas. Yep. I prep and freeze. I hate the store. I pre-make a lot of my meals and freeze them in portions. Yep. Yep. I do produce. Yeah. I do produce weekly. I go to the grocery store every Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's there. And I can pick and touch on the food and pick what I want. And people ain't looking at me like I'm crazy. YWG said if you can get natural apples, you can make your own vinegar. You gotta have an apple tree, man. Like I said, my grandmother had an apple tree and a peach tree in her backyard. So yeah, I had the runs a whole lot growing up. Green peaches and baby green apples. Oh my gosh, my stomach used to be tore up. Oh, Jeanette, you can subscribe to my page. You just gotta go to YouTube and hit subscribe. Just go to YouTube and hit subscribe. Go to my page on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. You do better to get a chicken or a turkey, season it, slice it, make a soup, stew, a few sandwiches. That's lunch meat. We take it. Yeah. I bought me a roaster Sunday. I gotta go back to the crib and talk to my mom. I know how to cook and I know how to do a lot of things, but I didn't know how to cut that roaster. I ended up just cutting it in half and then just ripping all the meat off the outside and then ripping the meat off the legs and then ripping the meat off the wings. Yeah, I don't know how to cut a roaster. I cut it straight through the breastbone and then popped it open and then pulled the meat off. Yeah. So I need some lessons on cutting a roaster. Cause yeah, I got a bunch of chunks of lunch meat. I gotta eat this stuff next couple days. But yeah. Ah, you got me. You got me. You got me. You don't need a house to garden. Just use some pot. Yeah, you right. You right about that though. You right about that. I'm like, yeah. I mean, the only stuff you can do like that is tomatoes, some onions. Yeah, I guess I could be a yeah. Noted, noted, noted. Yeah, I'm too old. Yeah, right, Jeanette. I'm too old to buy a house, man. I don't want no 30-year bills. I'm debt free. I don't have no debt. Student loans, but they about to them bad boys about to get yeah, I'm debt free. I'd rather be debt free than have any 30-year bill. I'm sorry. If I get a house, I'm paying cash for it. I done came in some. So next week, watch some Kayla Hammer. You can have shiny things after you get debt free. Need versus want is need versus want. And that's what we're going to talk about next week. Need versus, and I'm going to talk about my journey to being debt free. Boy. It was crazy. But not too many shiny things, but not having no bills, man, I'll take that any day. Yeah, Blue, sweet and salty is the American. Yeah, man, everything is sweet or salty. It's one or the other. And sometimes it's both. But yeah, I don't have no sugar in my house. Honey. That's it. Honey. Jeanette said, yep, you can get fresh honey, real honey from yeah. I always go to the farmer's market to get me some honey. When I go to Finley Market on Saturdays, I get my spices. I get if I'm gonna get some chicken, I get my chicken. If I'm gonna get some fish, I can get everything in this farmer's market. Produce, everything. I'd rather buy my stuff direct. I'm going directly. I'm going directly to the seller. I'm going directly to the seller, and yeah, I'm getting it straight from them. That's how we do that. That's how, I mean, that's the safe way to go. To me, I would rather deal with the local farmer where I can go to their farm. I can look at like I said, the cows. I said my brother, he buys a cow. Basically, yeah, half a cow. Get his steaks, get his cuts of meat, his hamburger. He don't really get too much hamburger. He don't do too much hamburger meat. But yeah, get all the steaks, and yeah, it's his cow. He can go there throughout the year, and yeah, man, it's different now. Everybody's not trying to. You don't know what these. For one, like I said earlier, if you're just tuning into the show, I saw a video last week where basically they showed a process where a baby chicken can go from egg to full term, full size chicken in 2 weeks. And like I was saying, I don't know if that's anything I want to ingest into my body because that's a quick life cycle. I don't know. What y'all think about that? And then they was even saying that the chicken don't have no brain, don't have no eyes. It's just basically a shell. It's made to be cooked. Mm. What if you just didn't sweeten things? I do. Sometimes I do my straight. Sometimes I do my tea straight because I got a lot of different flavors. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't use honey, but I'm not to the point where I need a little bit. I need a little bit. I mean, I'm weaning myself off. Like I said, I haven't had no sugar in my house probably in like 5 years. where I don't buy sugar. I don't. But me and you always come with the good suggestions. Cause like I said, I'm a work in progress as well. So when we have these discussions, I'm not all knowing. I'm having these discussions so we can bounce our ideas off each other. You always give me me and M. It's the homie. Yeah, I mean I like hibiscus. I like my when I do my ginger, I drink ginger and lemon tea every day. So when I'm drinking my ginger and lemon, sometimes I don't have to put any. There's not a necessity for me to put anything to sweeten it up. But yeah. Hit the like button. Share this video out for the replay gang. Subscribe to the page. Subscribe to the page. I need these watch outs. YouTube ain't playing fair with me. I brought it on myself, but yeah, YouTube ain't playing fair. YouTube ain't playing fair, but yeah. Cow meat too hard to judge. Yeah, it is. You know what? It is. It is. But I ain't gonna lie. I went to Penn Station today. I had to get me a cheesesteak. It was so good. It was so good. But yeah, you're right. What? I wish that I could say that I haven't drank a soda in 20 years, but I love Big Red too much. I love Big Red. You can have cheat day. When I have cheat day, I drink Big Red. I got 12 pack in there now, but yeah. Me and him said corn chips are most likely so. Yeah, I don't eat none. Like I said, I've had to cut a lot of products out. Even the frozen produce. There were some hash browns that I used to get. They come in a little package in the freezer section. They changed up their package. I looked at the back. I was like, why they change the package? I looked at the package. Now they got bioengineered food. So I can't even, I've had to cut a lot of foods out. And I don't have no regrets about cutting them out. I don't have any regrets about cutting them because the thing about it is health. I'd rather have my health than for something to taste good. I'd rather be healthy than say, oh man, this shit's so good. I taste so good. I can't stop eating it. No. Like I said, I love Nutter Butters. Do y'all know how hard? Do you know how hard it was for me to stop eating Nutter Butters? Do you know how hard it is for me? The last 2 Christmases, they've had the little Debbie gingerbread cookies. I can't eat that stuff no more. I do miss it, but my health is sets a precedent over that. Now I'm to the point where I'm not even eating for something to taste good. I'm eating for nutritional value. I used to be real big on, do it taste good? I'm not eating for taste no more. I'm eating for health. I'm eating for health. It might not taste good, but it be good because I got this, this Shilajit. I got this little stuff called Shilajit. It's like a black paste. It's good for you, but by no means does it taste good. By no means does it taste good. But like I said, I'm not eating for taste. I'm eating for health. We at 1 hour and 35 minutes. This has been a great discussion. I really appreciate everybody coming through. Got a couple more comments I'm gonna look at, and then we're probably gonna wrap this thing up. Get ready for next week. We're gonna wrap this thing up and push through the rest of this week. All thanks to the Most High. Yeah, we'll be back here next Tuesday. But we got a few more comments. Mia M said, ooh, I'm turning into a pumpkin. Go to sleep. I'll see you next week, Mia. Time to, yep. We were always always in the garden. These kids, they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about getting there and getting your hands muddy, getting dirty. Jox Pepin has a lovely series on how to break down a chicken. It's on you. Okay, have to watch that because I messed that roaster up. I didn't mess it up. It just wasn't cut how my mom do it. I say that. Ness says, I don't know about eggs. Should eat white. You know what? I eat egg whites. I'm not really doing the scramble right now. I do egg whites. I throw the yolks out unless I'm cooking something. Now, if I'm cooking, I use the yolks. But if I'm making me an omelet or something, I do my omelets with just egg whites. Yeah. Okay. Jeanette, I appreciate you. I appreciate you subbing to the page. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm boring. Adult conversation with Miles. See, Rob, what's good, brother? What's good with you? Man, I was in here talking about this food, man. You know how we do. But shout out to C Rob. Shout out to my new subscriber, Jeanette Harrison. Shout out. Shout out to Mia M. Shout out to YWG. Shout out to Black Money Corporation. Shout out to Miss 702. Shout out to the Chiefs. My homie, the Chief. Shout out to everybody that came in and tuned into your boy tonight. It's your boy Bass Appeal. And this has been another edition of Adult Conversation with Maz. We'll be back next week with more adult conversations. I'll see y'all next week. Check back for the shorts. I got some shorts for you. Also, I'm working on a video that I did of the hip hop exhibit from Cincinnati Art Museum. I got a lot of footage. I got a lot of pictures. I'm putting it all together. I'll probably be posting that sometime later this week. Be sure to come back and check that out. Come back, check out the